What's going on, Raider Nation? Tough loss this week on Monday night, but it's okay because we're here. We told you we'll be here all season. Juan's mad. I'm pissed off. There's a couple of us pissed off. There's already some dumb Charger fans in the chat already calling us fakers, asking us score predictions, calling us pretenders. Look, hey, thanks for the donation. That's all we got to say. Thanks for the money. I'll even leave that on the screen because it doesn't matter because you paid your hard-earned money to see us. But just like the Raiders, we're better in the second half. So here goes our music, and we're going to come back even better after this. Yeah, that's right. We're back. And it doesn't matter what happened on Monday night. It was a bad game. It happens. We're still 3-1. Still 3-1. And Charger fans can come do whatever you guys want. You guys can cheer. Your initial thoughts. Your initial thoughts.
I just want to say this, man. Welcome everyone to the show. Freaking Raiders, man. They laid an egg, man. They laid an egg in the first half. All right. It was ugly. It was probably as ugly as he can get. We had like 0 yards. No calls were going our way. I mean, you got to give it up to the Chargers, man. I'm going to give it up to them. They were the better team that night, to say the least. But like Joe said, man, we're 3-1. Glad that it happened now and not earlier in the season, to be honest. Like 0-1. We're 3-1. We stacked up some wins. We got the Bears this week. It was a tough loss, but we got to move forward, man.
Yeah, and was it an ugly first half? Hell yes. And I do have some things I need to get off my chest, and I'll do that in a second. But the Raiders did come back, and there's been multiple games this season that they've been down 14 points. And so I was never like, okay, it's over. I was like, okay, when you guys make your damn adjustments, let's go. And I don't know, whoever follows me on Instagram and stuff, you guys probably saw that I posted at halftime. And I said, can somebody please go in the Raiders locker room? Let them know there's a game going on. I didn't say it in that nice of words, a little different kind of words, but it was there. And then the Raiders came out after halftime, started making a game of it. I can tell you this: the first half dragged, and I was, I was there. It was, and I went there with Mike on the mic, who was a Charger fan, and so he was all happy about it. And the first half was the longest first half of football I've ever been a part of, and oh my goodness,
it was bad, bro. But I want to say this: you brought up the second half. Besides Herbert making those amazing fourth down conversions, I didn't think he played that well in the second half. I think our defense did pretty good, and our offense had them on the ropes. The Raiders had the Chargers on the ropes, man. There was a point in time we scored 14 unanswered points. We get a stop on defense, and then on that drive, we throw like a 40-yard bomb to Henry Ruggs. Okay? Third down. That third down call, man, I don't know what happened in the press conference. Carr said Waller kind of ran it too fast. The guy came in coverage and he clamped down on Hunter Renfrow. Carr wound up taking the sack. I think that was the turning point of the game. I think we had the Chargers on the ropes. We had them shocked. Herbert wasn't playing all that well in the second half. We had him under pressure. He was missing balls left and right. We're stopping the run for the most part. And it came down to that third down. We gave him back the ball. It was just too much, man. It was too much for our defense to ask for because our defense was depleted. We're playing with freaking Amik Robinson. our fourth string corner. Like,
yeah, the
we're
Raiders did, and I can show you the stats right now. They did a great job at shutting down these wide receivers. Austin Eckler tore them up. 15 carries, 117 yards. You can see the stats. But look, Keenan Allen, yeah, he had a lot of catches. He had 7 for 36. Nothing. Mike Williams has been dominant all year, got shut down by the Raiders, right?
Yeah, that's
So we have some
unacceptable.
positive things to look at. The Chargers did sack Carr 4 times. They did pick him off on a Carr throw that I don't know what the hell he was thinking on that throw.
He was just trying to make something happen at that point. A lot of people like to judge quarterbacks with these interceptions, but they don't put anything in context. The Raiders were down 14 points. He's just trying to make something happen.
The one I don't like is Jared Cook. Jared Cook.
Yeah. That 6 for 70, I want to say every single catch he made was huge because it was either a 4th down or it was a touchdown. And that's what it came down to, like on the defensive side. Like, we're stopping them, we're getting pressure, but once we got them in those 4th downs, the Raiders refused to cover Jared Cook, man.
And if you look, a lot of the yards came in the second half for the Raiders. Well, all but 40 of them, right? came in the second half for the Raiders. The Chargers actually had like over 250, almost 300 yards, right, at halftime.
Yeah.
And they got kind of shut down in the second half, except for Eckler. The first half is what a lot of people are going off of, and I'm pretty sure people turned the game off at halftime. It's 21-0. Yeah, it's a blowout. It's done. They didn't see the Raiders march back. I thought the touchdown at the end of the half hurt. Like, I was like, damn. Like, I would have rather gone to half 17-0, 14-0. Yeah. But they gave up that long touchdown. The Eckler, he caught that. I was like, ooh, that one hurt. That one hurt. Then, like you said, the 3rd down, they came out, fired back, 21-14 at that point. And then the Raiders were driving. They had it. They were going.
Yeah.
Carr took that sack on 3rd down. They go to kick the field goal. Daniel Carlson misses it. That hurt too. That at one point, I think that a little bit. Then you got the sack, and then you got the missed field goal that gave the Chargers the life back, and they go, all right, we got this. We put this away. We're done. Shut the Raiders out now. And they did it, and they went down. Hey, credit to them. They went down, drove it, did their thing.
Yeah. Put up that last one. Best safety in football. Best safety in football got burned by Ruggs. Just going to put that out there. Took a horrible angle.
Yeah. He only did anything when the ball went right to him. Like, it wasn't impressive. It wasn't an impressive pick.
Look, Derwin James is a hell of he's still a hell of a player. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying, Charger fans, enjoy it now. Enjoy your Super Bowl. We all know that it was Mike on the Mike's Super Bowl on Monday. Yeah. All the Charger fans were all hyped up. They were all amazing. Yeah,
look how happy it is right here. Look how happy it is right here. I took Jake and my wife to the game. We were there. The security guard, this is a cool thing. Security guard there, he's a Raider fan. He was like, you raised your family right. So that was cool. I'll show you a couple clips. I don't have a great clips because I got kind of pissed off, but this is the kind of view I had of the first half. So same crap. I'll show you one more, and then so that's me in the stadium. Every time I'm like, all right, Raiders gonna make a big play. I get plays like that.
Hey, you recorded our first down though, I think, with John Jacob.
But I'll tell you what, the whole first half, and Mike's in here. He can say whatever he wants about it, but I'm sitting there with Mike in the whole first half, and I'm like, what are the Raiders doing? What the hell is this play calling? And I go, it's horrible play calling. It's like, hey, you know what? Let's run the ball, but when it doesn't work, we'll throw the ball for 1 yard. Like, it was I think the play call, and Derek Carr said it in his press conference, like, he goes, I have some things I need to say, but I'm going to say it privately. Jon Gruden has come out. Now, our first-round pick, Alex Leatherwood. I don't know if you heard this. He's moving to guard. He's going to guard. Brandon Parker's going to take over as a starting tackle. They're making that move this week. It's so much things that pissed me off in that first half. And if we could just put it together and be a four-quarter team, they would have beat the Chargers that night. It is what it is. I'm not going to deny it. I'm not going to deny that the Chargers were the better team that night. Chargers came out and dominated. They did their thing. Congratulations to them. But it was 28-14. You had a 21-0 lead at halftime. You should have dominated more. You let the Raiders drive back. So you guys do have some holes. The Raiders have some holes. Are they pretenders like Mike is saying? Fuck no. Hell no.
So. I think it was a really bad first half. We dug ourselves in a hole that was, too much to climb out of, man. One thing about the offense, I think it's apparent. We can't deny it. Probably the only game that we didn't come out like this was the Steeler game, but Miami, Chargers, and the first game of the season against the Ravens, we come out just slow, man. I don't know what it is. I don't know if Carr and Gruden are, looking to make the adjustments. They like to play things conservative. Yeah. I don't know what it is, but one thing that I can put my finger on that I just know for sure just from watching, it's our run game. And whether that's Josh Jacobs not being 100% healthy or not being out there at all, we can't run the ball, man. And Joe, you know this. Jon Gruden teams and the Raiders in general, ever since Jon Gruden has been here, the Raiders have been able to run the ball all the time. Like, that's been our thing. We get the run game going, the pass game's going to open up. This year, it's a little bit different. I feel like the pass game opens up the run game.
Well, and I think Gruden hasn't adjusted to that. I think that's the problem with Gruden this year, is he wants to run the ball to open the pass. Well, guess what, Gruden? You don't have that luxury this year. You don't have the running back. I'm sorry to say this, Raider fans. You can look at me right now, Raider fans, because I'm going to piss you off right now. Josh Jacobs is not the answer. Josh Jacobs is not the damn answer. He can't stay on the damn field to help us win the game. He's not the answer. Yes, I love the way he does his thing, but really, when has he really contributed to us to make it a big deal? Like, missing these games, coming in and out. When you're on the field, great player, but you're not showing that you're going to be consistent enough to be an everyday back for us. We're going to have the Raiders need to go, and they need to bring somebody in, because Kenyon Drake, horrible. He's been horrible. They're not using him the way we all thought he was going to use. Peyton Barber, okay.
I understand the frustration, Joe. I really do. I would agree with you with most things like this. Like, the best ability is availability, and you're not lying with that. Like, he's been hurt every single year that he's been on the Raiders and missed multiple games. And it's tough, man. It's tough to say that because this is a first round pick. This is a guy that we got for Khalil Mack, essentially. Like, he's part of that trade. And it's just tough, man. He needs to stay healthy. And I think it was apparent that he wasn't healthy on Monday. We
don't have any healthy running back. Yeah. No. Where was Jalen Richard this game?
No snaps. They put in Peyton Barber before him.
Peyton Barber now has turf toe. He's going to be done for a while. It's weird. And I have another thing for Raider fans. I'm sitting there, right? I can't explain these Raider fans that were at this game, okay? There was a mixture of Raider fans there. There was what I call real Raider fans that know football, that know the team, love the team. And then there was weird Raider fans. Because when I go to a Raider game, when you go to a Raider game, and we walk around, people are yelling, Raiders. People are high-fiving each other, fist bumping, doing whatever they need to do. There was Raider fans that just had their heads down, that were just walking and looked like they just barely bought a shirt to go to the stadium because it was a cool thing to do. And I was not impressed. I was not impressed with them. And this is what really pissed me off. Raiders came back, right? They showed that they had the one strike ability to come back. When it was 21-14, there was still about 5 minutes left on the clock. Juan, anything could happen in football. You stay there till that damn whistle blows at the end of the game. Mike put this on his TikTok. It's over 100 and something thousand views right now. I'm going to show you it. Look at these damn fans. And I'm not on video here, but Mike's calling them out. I'm asking them where the hell they're going. I'm a Raider fan asking these guys where they're going. And they're just, and you could tell they're not true Raider fans. Look at this. left in the game, and you're walking out like that. 5 minutes out, and your team has just showed you that they have quick striking ability, right? They just hit Ruggs multiple times, and they're showing you that they're there. It's 28-14. Yes, 28-14 is a hard thing. My ass had – we didn't leave the stadium until it was over. I stayed the whole freaking time. Then I had to drive all the way home. I got home after midnight, right? Got my ass up at 4 o'clock in the morning and went to work. So if you're thinking that you're leaving because you're going to work the next morning, I did the same damn thing, but I stayed. I stayed until my team, and I took that loss with my team. I claimed the Raider Nation. All these other fake fans that were at this game were crazy. Yes, they were loud. Yes, I'll give them that. But there were so many I'll just call them LA fake fans. It pissed me off.
It would have pissed me off too, man. I'm glad you said something because that's just unacceptable, bro. That's the big difference between Oakland and LA. It's just like you will rarely see that shit in Oakland. In Oakland, like you'll get called out for that, trying to leave the game early. And I'm glad you said something. I wish there were more Raider fans that would say something to them. Because that's BS. Whether you believe or not, man, just stay there. You know what I mean? Like, support the team. I don't care. Like, that's part of being a Raider fan. Like, you're going to go through the bad times and you're going to enjoy the good time. But that's what makes winning and just good moments even better. Because you remember the moments when you stayed at the stadium and you were down 14 points or you're getting your ass kicked. It makes it feel all so much better, bro, when we start winning and you win football games. Like, in general, man, I don't get it. It pisses me off, bro.
Look, it makes for a long ride home. I'm going to tell you that. It makes for a long freaking ride home when you're team and you're at the stadium. But you got to stay there till the end. Not only did you pay money to be there, take in the whole damn experience. Your team, like I took my son, and you've seen Jake on a lot of our videos. I took him. It was the first time he's ever been to an NFL game. He wants, and I told Jake when we got there, I said, Jake, this is a Raider game. You be as loud as you want. You dance when you want to. You stand up when you want to. You do whatever you want. I said, this isn't like going to a baseball game where you have to be quiet every once in a while. I said, this is Raider Nation. You do what you want. And Jake was standing on his chair. He was yelling and screaming, Raiders. He was having more fun. He got into it. He started when the Raiders, I don't think he's ever experienced a loss. So when the Raiders were down 21-0, did he shed a little tears? He's a little boy. He did. He was like, I can't believe my team's doing this. Mike and I talk, we all talked to him. My wife talked to him. Mike talked to him. We said, hey, this is part of the team. This is part of the growing process. This is part of the heartaches that the team gives you. The Raiders, and I had to explain to him, hey, only one team has really gone undefeated throughout the whole year and won the Super Bowl. Only one team in NFL history. That's how hard it is. Not every team's going to win every game. And then the Raiders came back out, and then Jake was cheering the whole second half, having a great time, started to talk crap to Mike again when it was 21-14. So that's when you're going to the game, you're not going just because you want to see the Raiders win. Yes, that's a bonus, but you want to have fun. You want to cheer on your team. And if the Raiders quit on you 2 minutes before the game, if Derek Carr said, you know what, we're going to lose, put in Nate Peterman, I'm walking my ass to the locker room. How many of you dumbass Raider fans that left that day? I'm calling my own fan base out. Get all pissed off at me. I don't give a damn. How many of you dumbass Raider fans that left that day? Because not the ones that stayed, not the true fans that were there, the dumbass ones that left. And I'm calling you guys out. You can look me in the eyes. You can say whatever you guys want about me. You left. If Derek Carr would have walked off that field with 2 minutes left and said, put Nate Peterman in, we're going to lose, I'm done. How many of you guys would call his ass out today? How many of you guys would call his ass out today? Be a fan. Be a real fan.
Yeah.
Just saying.
No, 100%, Joe. I'm glad you said that. Because whoever gets offended by it, any Raider fan who gets offended by it, I think obviously you're one of those fans.
Max, I know you're a Charger fan, Max, but you're dead correct.
Nah, he's an Eagle fan, but he's been acting like a damn Charger fan lately.
Keep
on saying that. He's low-key going on that freaking
what did he say right here?
I know. The Eagle Nation will be fucking disgraced right now, Max.
We do play the Eagles later on this year.
And we'll handle you guys later on in the season.
Anyway, I'm done with that loss. I put it past us. They know what they're going to do. I think we're going to expect some stuff. I think Jon Gruden's going to fix it. He knows that he screwed up. You know who's talking a lot of shit? Joey Bosa.
Thank you. Yes, I want to talk about this. Yeah.
Go ahead. I'll let you take that one.
Look, I don't know if you heard the exact, what he said or whatever. Basically, he said, "Oh, the key to shutting down Carr and how you shut him down, and he starts, doing bad is you get pressure on him. Once you get pressure, it's over. Like he shuts down." I'm sorry, bro. Joey Bosa, great player. You're amazing. You're one of the best defensive ends in the league. You guys won. You guys, whooped our offensive line's ass. But that's horseshit, bro. That's BS. Carr gets so much unwanted hate. Like, it's so unfair what Carr has to go through. Like, there's no middle ground with Carr. There isn't. It's either like he has to be freaking amazing, putting up the most yards in the NFL, on the MVP list, all of this and all of that to be good. But once he does a slither of failure, it's he sucks. He's terrible. Yeah. Like if no other freaking quarterback struggles with pressure, bro, this ain't new. Everyone knows you get pressure on the quarterback, you're probably gonna win. That's the name of the game.
Yes. Joseph Goraldo, he says Carr's gonna get Joey's. I think so. Carr came out today and he said, I think it was today, and he goes, he thinks that Joey Bosa said it just to get under his skin. And he goes, I ain't gonna lie, he did get under my skin. I'm pissed off, and it pisses me off. And he goes, that could be a good thing, that could be a bad thing, but he pissed me off. Joey Bosa is saying stuff. He said like Carr cuddled up or cradled up when the hit. Hello, that's today's NFL. That's today's NFL. Your quarterback did that. Your own quarterback does that. Every quarterback, when the pocket collapsed from Hall of Famer Peyton Manning till now, does that because instead of taking the big hit, you go down. Carr has taken that big hit. He's learned. Me and you as Raider fans, I love that he goes down because I've seen him fumble the ball so many times early in his career where I'm like, all right, hey, take that sack, move on. Yeah. Take the sack and move on. And what Joey Bosa is trying to do, I don't know. Maybe he's trying to –
it's stupid.
Go ahead.
It's stupid because, like, once you check the freaking film, Bosa, like, you're talking about, go watch the play when I got held. Why don't you go watch that play on what Carr's looking at? Who the freak is he going to throw it to? Everyone's covered. What do you want him to do? Yeah. Like, just get freaking hit by 300-plus linemen and just get laid out? I think he did the right thing. He held onto the ball. He doesn't want to turn it over. Kick the damn field goal. If he does anything else, you're out of field goal range.
And Mike said, did you hear what he said about the refs? Yeah, he said the referees were blind. I'm waiting for him to get fined from the NFL for that because he's going to. The NFL doesn't like when you call out their referees, and Joey Bosa did. But you know what? Joey Bosa's not wrong. Is there holding on every damn play? Yes.
Yeah.
And I went back and I watched the play that he was talking about. Was there a little bit of holding? Yes. And somebody once told me, because I was doing a live Raider game, and I was like, hey, we're holding. And they were like, that's not part of the play. It was behind the play. I was like, okay, if that's what NFL referees do, that's crazy. But I didn't think it was that big of a deal. And then Carr even said, like, they asked him about Leatherwood today about moving to guard. He goes, I think he's done a good job. There's some learning pains and stuff like that. But I've seen him throw guys to the ground, even guys that are talking right now in the media. I've seen him throw them to the ground. So Carr took his shot back a little bit. No. If you're a Raider fan, let me tell you guys something. If you're a Raider fan, if you remember when Colton Miller was drafted, Colton Miller had a bad first year. I just saw stats, and I can't find it right now. I was going to try to pull it up, about the pressures and the quarterback pressures that Colton Miller put up in the first 4 games compared to Alex Leatherwood. Alex Leatherwood, I'm going to go off the top of my head, and I'm probably a little bit off, so don't quote me on this. I want to say that Colton Miller gave up 15 pressures out of 177 snaps. And they said that Alex Leatherwood is at like 19 out of 168 or something like that. So he's not far behind what Colton Miller did his rookie season. what Colton Miller has now become an all-pro. He hasn't even given up a one sack. Even with the bad offensive line we have right now, Colton Miller has still yet to sack this season, which is good stuff. So if you're looking that way, now are you going to get upset and be like, oh, they're moving Alex Leatherwood to guard? He's not panning out. No, that's not why they're moving him to guard. Our interior offensive line has got beaten up, right? And they're going to put him to guard because they need interior linemen right now. Why not move the rookie who's struggling over, put a solid – Parker's not solid, but a good enough – Parker's better at tackle than he is guard. Try Alex Leatherwood, let him get comfortable the rest of the rookie season playing guard and move him back. So I'm just saying, like, don't be too harsh on the rookie yet.
Look, I mean, it's obvious that he's been struggling. It's been hot and cold. Yeah, that call was terrible.
There's so much stuff I can go off on this game. It's crazy. Like, taunting. For what? For what?
Who did he look at? Like, can we not show passion? Is like we got to be robots out here? That was terrible, man. It was so bad.
See, even Mike is agreeing because Mike and I looked at each other. I go, Mike, what did he do? He goes, he slammed the ball. I go, but what did he do? What did he do? Absolutely nothing. He did absolutely nothing. And Tony Tucker has been on this all year, and he's been talking about the referees and the taunting and stuff like that in the NFL. Where, like, remember last year they got Antoine Winfield for going like this, doing the peace sign. And so this year people are going like this, and they're not the taunting, like you want to call taunting, but you don't even have consistency on what a taunting is because every player celebrates. And that's what brings out the game. But come on, I think that was a horse shit call. And even at the
I
end
don't
of the
know.
game,
I really don't know, Joe, because even the telecast said it, trying to make sure everyone understands that the NFL didn't come up with this. Like it was more of the coaches that decided on this. Like Tomlin, they said like Tomlin and McVay were like big supporters of this rule. And honestly, I don't know what it is. I think it's something happened specifically last year with the taunting that they're trying to do, but there's no point of emphasis like with it. Like there's no really it's not black and white. There's so much gray area. You can do this, but you can't do that. Oh, you can do that, but you can only do it a certain way. Because they say like celebrating is still wanted. You can still celebrate. So like, what is it? It's so confusing. It's just less refs, the better, man. People got to understand too. I mean, the refs get a lot of shit, but I'm going to say this. Refs are still human. So when you add some of these penalties and some of these rules, the human nature is going to come out of a mistake. Humans make mistakes. So you have to understand that the more rules and shit that you bring up, the game is just going to go slower and it's not going to run as smoothly. That's why I hate instant replay. It's like, when you slow it down frame for frame, he didn't get the first down. Or like in basketball, like the guy touched it out of bounds. Oh, like his shirt barely touched it. It's like, dude, let him call it. Whatever the call was on the field, unless it's egregious, don't change it. Like, it's ridiculous, man.
You like what really Mike's saying right here that the ref should have to face the media?
I don't know about that. I mean, it's like I said, I hate the refs. I think they do a lot of bogus calls, but it's much to be expected though. Like they're gonna make mistakes. You know what I mean?
All right. Well, let's get past this. Chargers 3-1 doesn't make them Super Bowl champions. Doesn't do anything. Puts them at the top.
Charger fans, it does.
It puts them at the top. No, it is a big win. Congratulations on their second road win, second big road win in a row. Oh wait, they played at SoFi. Never mind. Anyway,
it was basically
a big win. They're 3-1. They have 2 wins over their division. It's good. They're sitting in a good spot. They need to continue what they're doing. Have we seen teams do this before? Yes. I just read a stat on the Arizona Cardinals. Last time the Arizona Cardinals started 4-0, guess how they finished? 5-11. So you never know what happens in the NFL season. Great win for them, and I'll give them that. I'll give them the props for it. But we said last week that it wasn't a must win. It was a big win, and it could help you in the long run. But it wasn't a long win. What happened to you? Hold on. I'm like, dang. But anyway, next week, Chicago Bears and Raider fans always bring this shit up. Let it go. Khalil Mack is coming back or coming to Vegas with the Bears. Justin Fields has just been named the starter for the rest of the season for the Chicago Bears. Are you a little bit worried about the Bears after the loss to the Chargers?
No, I'm not worried. I like the move for Leatherwood to go to guard. Um, I I like what I seen from the defense for the most part. I know, you know, Austin Eckler ran all over us and all that, but you got to get props for what the defense did. I think if we had a bad defense last year, how many points did they give up, Joe?
Oh yeah,
I think at the end of the half, it's about 35-0. The fact
yes,
that they let up 21 points and made big plays at times, like besides the first drive, which they drove down the field, like for the most part, the defense was making stops and the offense just didn't give them any time to rest up. The offense was going 3-and-out consistently.
yeah.
So
And like you
I
said,
like our defense against them.
besides the first drive in the Charger game, every other drive they basically had to make big plays, big third downs, big fourth downs to do it. Am I a little bit? This is what I'm a little bit scared of in the Bears game. Do I think we could take their offense down? Oh yeah, I'm not afraid of the Justin Fields or anything on their offense. They're without David Montgomery. Their offensive line is probably worse than our offensive line, but their defense is leading the league in sacks right now. 14 sacks for the Chicago Bears. They get at the quarterback. I'm a little bit afraid there of what our offense is going to do. So I'm going to temper our expectations for our offense, but I'm kind of torn there because I know Jon Gruden and Derek Carr are going to go in there and want to get it started early this game. Like they both talked about it, how the first half they need to get shit going. So I expected the Raiders to be a little bit more aggressive coming out of the game, or to start the game. But I'm still a little bit scared because that Bears defense, even with all the losses, they're beatable, very beatable, but they're tough. They're tough. And, Khalil Mack knows. Khalil Mack's pissed off because why? The last time he played us, the last time he played the Raiders, Khalil Mack got shut down. And Jon Gruden set that example for the rest of the league. And from that game on in London, everybody shut Khalil Mack down. It was crazy. He did it first. But I think it's going to be a tough game for the Raiders, but I think we're able to pull this one out. You want to show the scores now, or you want to talk a little bit more?
No, you can show the scores. I'll talk about it over the overlay. Yeah, Joe has it 10-20. Man, that's tough. We both had the Bears not scoring not that many points. They're gonna start Justin Fields. Sounds like that Matt Nagy is gonna start Justin Fields the whole season. So we'll see how that goes. One underlining thing about the Bears is the weakest part of their defense to me is the DB position. Like besides Jalen Johnson, after that, it's a bunch of no-name guys. They really don't have anyone. And I really think that the Raiders should expose that. Really let like Renfro eat, Brian Edwards eat.
Yeah.
Like Darren Waller, this should be a Darren Waller game. Like who's gonna guard him? Eddie Jackson? I'm sorry, Eddie Jackson's not gonna be able to keep up with Darren Waller. There's really no one on the field that can really match up with him. Like I hope the Bears put like Roquan Smith on him, the linebacker. Like I think he's gonna smoke him too. I feel like this should be a get right game for the offense. If we wind up getting the run game going and figuring it out, and maybe like the move with Leatherwood going to guard like helps us out, the score can be possibly more. Like I can see us putting up about 30 plus points if we get the run game going. That's what scares me. Is we get stopped on the run, and what does that mean, Joe? That means we're going to pass the ball a lot more. It's going to be an obvious passing down, and those pass rushers are going to get after us. I'm not a big fan of Brandon Parker. I'm really not. But, it is what it is. We got to shut down Khalil Mack because he's not going to rush on Colton's side.
No.
He's going to rush. He's going to rush on the right.
I just remembered. But, yeah, he's going to do his thing. I have a 20 to 10 just because, like I said, I'm a little low on the offense just because of that pass rush of the Bears. Mike's going with 2017. It could be. Raiders have a lot of injuries this week. I do not like blaming injuries for anything. So I try to stay away from that topic. But I did go ahead and pull this up right now as you were talking. Here's our injury report for the Chicago Bears. Just came out a few minutes ago. As you can tell, Jonathan Abrams on there. Arnett didn't practice. Carrier didn't practice. Barber, I told you he's out. Nate Hobbs full practice. That's good, right?
Yep.
Trayvon Mullen didn't practice. They just signed a cornerback off the Chargers practice squad, brought him over. But you could tell all those injuries right there are adding up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, Gruden was talking about Derek Carrier being a big loss for the Raiders, especially in that game, because Gruden loves to run those 3 tight end sets, and without Carrier, you can't do that. Especially like helping out the offensive line with like blocking, you know. Um, I that Trayvon Mullen injury though, I feel like that changes our defense a lot. I feel like if Trayvon was in that game, our defense would have let up a lot more less like big time plays from the Chargers. Cause Damon Arnett, I can't stand him, man. I can't stand
You done
Damon
with them?
Arnett. Uh, he's a bad player, man. I I don't think he has instincts. I don't think he has the speed to play cornerback. He doesn't stay healthy this year. What do you know it? He's hurt again. Duke gets trucked by Austin Eckler. He's already hurt. Like Amik Robinson, I know he's like 5'8". He's a munchkin, but you got to give him credit, man. I was shocked that the Chargers refuse to throw it to Mike Williams, who is 6'4", 6'5", or something, and Amik Robinson's 5'9", people, and Mike Williams had 1 catch. So
One
I don't
kick.
know if it was more of the Chargers not throwing to him or Amik Robinson doing really well in coverage. Who knows? But we got to get Trayvon back. Like
Hey,
I
Casey
hope
Hayward's
Trayvon.
doing a great job, Mike. Casey Hayward, a lot of
Oh,
Charger fans gave up on him. He's doing an awesome job.
I don't think he's allowed 1 catch. The one catch that he's let up, it resulted in a safety. That's how
Yeah.
good Casey Hayward's been.
So it's been I don't know. I'm impressed with our cornerbacks. We've been shutting down wide receivers. This was the first game that actually somebody had a running back that could do it. And hey, good to him. I don't want to give the Chargers too much credit, but we're gonna see him again. And it could be a different game. It could not. It could be the same game. But week 18, a lot of people are gonna be different by then. But the Bears, Justin Fields, we've already seen the mobile quarterback. We've seen the best mobile quarterback in the NFL in Lamar Jackson. We saw him week 1. So the mobility of Justin Fields doesn't scare me. And Justin Fields is still learning how to do his reads, how to do everything like that. I think the Bears learned from 2 weeks ago to keep extra people in, extra blockers in to help protect them just a little bit. So, but I mean, unless Damian Williams automatically like becomes a badass running back, I don't think we have to worry about him as much this game.
Yeah, was the game plan.
Eckler was the game plan.
Eckler played a hell of a game, Mike, but a lot of those yards came in the second half. Like just that last drive.
But that's
You
when
guys
you
were
needed
just
it. That's when they needed it. They knew, hey, we go down and score right now, we win the game, and they did it. They did their job.
Charger fans riding high. Go ahead. We love it.
I'm not
It's only
going
gonna
to
make
come
it
on
better.
here. Yeah, Mike's saying week 18 Charger backups versus the 8-8 Raiders. Come on, get out of here. Get out of here. Who do the Chargers have who next week? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. The Raiders have the Bears. These are our predictions. We're saying Raiders bounce back. Raiders win it. It's in Vegas. They don't have to travel anywhere. They're just going to. But we're going a little bit low scoring this time. A little bit low scoring on our side. Show you the injury reports one more time. Hey, Akeem Nicks is on their injury report. Khalil Mack didn't practice today. Of course, David Montgomery. Darnell Mooney's limited for him. So they might be hurting some people. They might be hurting right here.
We'll see, man. I hope so. I know one thing. We can't start off this game bad. We can't go down 14-0
No.
or 21-0.
No.
We gotta that needs to get cleaned up. Carr and Gruden need to. I don't know if it's like I said in the beginning. I don't know if it's being aggressive more or running the ball more effectively. Maybe the Leatherwood switch. Who knows? Got to start off better, okay?
They know
you gotta play a complete game.
Our schedule is like the hard part is behind. Nobody cares, Mike. It's the NFL. Who do you think you are? You think you're Urban Meyer, and then you're gonna play some sorry Purdue team like later on? What did he say? Every team is Alabama, Mike. Every team is Alabama in the NFL. You can lose on any given Sunday. Charger front. Anyways, Raiders Bears this week, bounce back week, guys. Because next week we're talking about Victory Wednesday.
Yes, sir.
We're good on that, right? We're good. Derek Carr's good. Don't stress about this game. Everybody has a bad game, right? Everybody has a game. At least we didn't lose to the Cowboys. That's all I say. You got anything else you want to say before we end this one?
Screw the Chargers. That's all I gotta say. All right. Have fun with your 0 Super Bowls. Have fun with your 3-1 record, guys. Maybe you guys can actually do something.
I heard that they're actually shipping a participation trophy to the Chargers this week. Like great week 4 win.
I know.
They're gonna hang it up in their trophy case or something. I don't know.
Congratulations, your quarterback doesn't even care about you guys. You guys do notice that your own team doesn't give a damn about the fans. I love if you ever notice with Chargers, just the actual team, head coach, whoever it is, they never mention their fans because they know you guys suck. Like you guys don't love to support them. Justin Herbert gets interviewed. He's like, "How do you feel about the crowd noise?" "Oh, I don't know, man. It's 11 of us out there. You know, we're coming out." Like nothing about the Charger fans, bro.
Hey,
Absolutely
Herbert was going like this.
the whole game.
Let me tell you this. One last thing on me being at the game. Mike and I were 16 rows back, which was the last row of the lower field, right, of our section. Yeah. And then right behind us was like a walkway, and then there was some like suites, right? Whoever was in that suite, whoever were in those suites, you don't deserve football games. Don't ever go to football games again in your life. These guys were wearing suits and ties, and they had no affiliation. They were not. Every time I turned around after a touchdown or a big play, they were just sitting there like, not knowing what the hell was going on. Didn't have Raider stuff. Didn't have Charger stuff. What the hell are you going to the game for? Because it's the cool thing to do on an LA night. Get out of here. Put some real fans in that stadium. And damn, that kind of stuff pisses me off because there's so many people that would love to go to games, and you go and just waste it, and you just sit there like, I wonder what's going to happen on this play. Is that real pigskin down there? It's ridiculous. Like those kind of people shouldn't be at games. Don't go sign your damn business deal at a game. Don't do that shit. I know where you wouldn't sign a business deal in Oakland or in Vegas. We don't do that crap. Anyways, we'll see you guys next week. Don't stress about the loss. It's only one loss. We never said the Raiders were going to go undefeated. You knew a loss was coming. Would it have been nice to beat the Chargers? Hell yeah. Would it be nice to be 4-0? Hell yes. But we're 3-1. We're still up there. About to be 4-1. Still in a great position. Love what you guys got. Be grateful. We're out of here.